From now until July 27th, there is a 50% off sale on Criterion releases at Barnes & Noble. This also extends to Amazon, which is great. This is a perfect chance to pick up a ton of really great movies, and that's what I did. I have a bunch sitting here, and we're not going to get too in-depth with the movies here. They will all, or mostly, will probably end up getting their own separate videos for that. But I want to talk about what I picked up for the sale, and, just a general, how good this sale really is. So half off on pretty much everything. I mostly just stuck to Blu-ray and 4K releases, but you can also get collections that are half off, like the Godzilla collection that's not that old at this point. That's like $120, I think, on Amazon right now. It's 50% off of its normal price, which is an absolute steal for like a 15 movie collection. I actually kind of want to get that, but not this time. Maybe with the next sale. I went a little overboard on this sale, but let's just kind of take a quick look at everything I picked up. Firstly, I really was looking forward to watching some David Lynch movies. Up to this point, I did not own any. And now I own most of them. A couple are not in the Criterion collection. There's 7 total in the Criterion collection. And then there's one extra that's like a documentary that's not by David Lynch, but it's about David Lynch. So 8 if you count that. I have 4 here, and we'll go through them real quick. We have Blue Velvet in 4K. They came in batches, so I've already seen a couple of these, and notably, I watched most of the David Lynch ones. So, Blue Velvet in 4K. Lost Highway. I got the Blu-ray edition in the mail, but I actually ordered the 4K version, so I gotta get that fixed. But it was still worth watching. I wanted to watch it while I had it. Mahalo Drive, a movie I was super looking forward to watching, and actually what got me to pick up all the other David Lynch movies. I was really looking forward to watching this one, and decided to just pick up most of his catalog that was available in the sale. And in this one, I did not actually get a chance to watch it. It's 3 hours long. It's Inland Empire. I am excited to watch it, but at 3 hours, this is going to take a little bit more planning than just randomly sitting down to watch it. You may notice, if you're a fan of David Lynch, you'll know what movies I did not get. The big one is Elephant Man. It's just unavailable. It is on Amazon right now for $100 for the Blu-ray, which is a lot of money, and I don't really want to spend that. There is a 4K version of the movie, I believe, as well, but it's not from Criterion, and I think it's I think it might be a Europe exclusive anyway. I'm hoping that Criterion just either reprints the Blu-ray or releases it as a 4K later this year, and I can pick it up then. But at the moment, I just don't really feel comfortable spending $100 on it, especially since the rest of this was on sale. The other ones I didn't pick up were Eraserhead. It was just something I had to cut. Again, I did end up spending quite a bit on the amount of movies I got, and some things had to go. Eraserhead was like the last one that I think I cut out of my cart. And then the only other one I didn't get from David Lynch on the sale was the Twin Peaks movie. And it's only because I didn't see the show at all. I do know you don't really have to watch the show to watch the movie, but I want to do both. That's just me. It was released in an order. My understanding is that the release order is really just how you want to watch it, so I'm going to wait to do that instead. But for right now, I picked up everything else that I could. Really, the only one I decided to drop from this was Eraserhead. I was never considering buying Elephant Man for that price, and I wasn't really considering buying Twin Peaks at this time. Maybe with the next sale if I watch the Twin Peaks series, but that movie specifically is on hold for me. Eraserhead will definitely be one of the next movies I pick up from Criterion, though, so we'll get there. So that's the David Lynch one, and I separate those because I kind of put a nice packaging on a group of them, like a nice little grouping. This next grouping is going to be movies that I've already seen, but really wanted to own, and we're going to start with Paris is Burning. This is a documentary about drag ball culture in the 80s in New York, and fantastic documentary. I cannot recommend this enough. It'll get its own video at some point, but this is really great. I needed to buy it. This is the Blu-ray version. I don't think it had a 4K version available. Next up, we have Anora. I've seen this a few months ago. I kind of just buckled and watched the streaming version. I do want to rewatch this before I make the video, though. When this got announced, It was announced with the Prince of Broadway, also from Sean Baker, another movie I intend to pick up. As much as I like the movie, I do already own it, and there was just too many other things that I wanted. None of these other ones, except for 1.5, do I actually own in any other form, and one of them is one of my favorite movies, so I had to pick that up. But for right now, I did not own a copy of this, so I just wanted to get this. This is also the 4K version. Very excited to rewatch it, though. The next one, this is one of my favorite movies, No Country for Old Men. Was super excited when this got announced, and really wanted to pick it up just when it got announced, like when it was released, and I just kind of kept putting it off. But at half price, there was no excuse not to. One of my favorite movies, got it upgrade to 4K. Can't wait to watch this again, probably for like the third time in the last year. And lastly, this is kind of a mixed bag. Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers. I own and have seen Freaks. I think that's probably the most common and popular of the three movies in this little box set here. But I don't know Unknown or The Mystic. I've never watched either of those. I believe The Mystic was actually a relatively lost film until recently. So I've, of course, never seen that, and I didn't even know what The Unknown was. But I do really like Freaks, and I'm very excited to watch the other two movies. I do own Freaks, but I own it on DVD, and it's not a very good copy. I'm hoping that this looks a lot better. I'm sure it will. It is a 2K version, I believe. Yeah, it's a 2K digital restoration. So I'm hoping that this will look a lot better than the crappy DVD I have. But this is the other one where I do own the movie technically, but I don't own the other two. The DVD I have is very, very poor quality, so I'm hoping that this is just a lot better. And this is also a movie I do really like, so I am excited to watch both Freaks again and the other two movies that I've never seen. And that's a perfect segue into movies that at the time of purchase I did not see. But again, I did watch quite a few of these, so they're open, and I've seen some of them since then, but they'll get their own videos later. One of the ones I was most looking forward to buying, and an instant add to the cart when I saw there was the Criterion sale, Pinocchio. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I know this is on Netflix, and that's fine. This movie's way too pretty to watch on Netflix, in my opinion. I'll talk more about that when we get to the video specifically on this, but I didn't want to do the Netflix. I really just wanted to buy the movie. It looks so good. I've heard so many good things. I really just want to buy this. So I'm super excited to have gotten it, and it's good. Spoiler, great movie. We will talk about it soon-ish, but very excited for that one. Jojo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. This is the only movie, I believe, directed by Richard Pryor, if not the only. It's one of very, very few. I think he had a stand-up that was directed by him, but not really. Was super excited to pick this up. It is the 4K version. So is Pinocchio, but yeah. It is the 4K version, and it just looked really good. I really like Richard Pryor. Really excited to see it, so this was an easy pickup for me. Next up, we have 32 short films of Glenn Gould, whatever his name, of Glenn here, and this will also get its own video. I don't really have a lot to say about this. I picked it up because I really love the Simpsons episode that kind of spoofs the idea of this, 21 short films about Springfield, which I also have a video on that's really old. Please don't watch it. But I picked it up because I liked that episode, and I thought this would be similar, like in concept and structure, I guess. We'll talk about that when I make the video. This was also a 4K copy. Very excited I was when I bought it. Next up, we have Basquiat. This was a movie that when it was announced, I was super excited to pick up. I'm a really big fan of just that era of art, like Keith Haring and Basquiat himself. And this is just a movie about him, and it has a great cast. I was very excited. I haven't had a chance to watch it just yet, but this is one of the ones that was an instant add to my cart when I saw the sale. Right up there with Pinocchio, and one of the ones we'll see in a little bit. There's about 4 movies that I immediately added to my cart, and this was a very easy, number 2 or 3. This just looks like a really good movie. This was one of the later additions to my cart, and honestly, I considered cutting this instead of the David Lynch movie, instead of Eraserhead, but I ended up cutting Eraserhead because this was just something a little bit different, just to offer some variety to the movie watching that I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. And with it being a Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges movie. This looks fantastic. I have to watch it. Very excited for this. Again, 4K version. Really excited to watch this one. Next up, this one's open, but I haven't seen it yet, and that's The Wiz. This is a relatively new release from Criterion. Like, I think this was in, like, the last month or so. Like, I'm pretty sure this just came out from Criterion over the last few, like, weeks, maybe. And it's already on sale. Half off. It doesn't matter. It's already half off. So, really excited to pick this up. I'm only, like, vaguely interested in The Wizard of Oz. I think The Wizard of Oz is fine. I like the books quite a bit as a kid, and I really like Wicked as a musical. Like, I like the music for Wicked. I've never actually seen the musical. On an unrelated note, I've never actually seen the musical for Wicked, but I really like the music, and I like the movie enough. But I really like The Wiz. But I do really like The Wiz. So I wanted to pick this up. I didn't actually own a copy of this movie just at all. Like, I don't own any version of this. I don't think I've seen this movie in like 10 years. So I'm really excited that it not only came to the Criterion Collection, because it absolutely deserves it, but also it just is an excuse to buy it when it was on sale. And again, 4K, super excited to be able to watch this movie. I did have to open it though ahead of time because the disc was just floating around in there. I really hate when that happens, because then I just have to open it immediately, and that's kind of how I keep track of what I've watched and haven't. If it's sealed, I know I haven't watched it yet. So it's going to have to be something I watch very quickly, because I will forget whether or not I watched it. Next up is an older movie, The Lord of the Flies, 1963. This is supposed to be a really good movie, and I mean, it's in the Criterion Collection. It's going to be at least a certain level of quality. That's why we buy these, and I'm really excited for this. I love the Lord of the Flies book, and I've seen the other Lord of the Flies movie. That's the one they played for us in school when I was just a wee little one. It wasn't very good. I didn't really like the one that they played in school, but I really loved the book. I remember being very disappointed in the movie after reading the book. But I've heard this is an actual good version of, like, a good adaptation of the book. So I'm really excited to watch this. I've never seen this movie. This is new to me. It only comes in DVD and Blu-ray, so I picked up the Blu-ray, of course, but really excited to watch this one. I've been looking to pick this up for quite some time, but it always just sort of misses the mark for me of whether or not I want to pick it up, because I'm not super thrilled about the way the other movie was, and that shouldn't really affect me, but I just really like the book, so I was not super thrilled to watch another movie based on it and potentially be bad, but I'm finally going to give it a chance, so excited to watch this. Hopefully it is as good as the book is. And lastly, I know almost nothing about this movie. However, it looked really cool, and again, just to offer some variety, I ended up picking this over a couple other movies. There were other movies in my cart that I ended up booting out, but this was one of the ones that I was kind of teetering on, but I decided to keep just for the variety, because this is from 1933, and that is The Story of Temple Drake. And this looks like a really, really depressingly good movie. I've only heard good things about it. This is a pre-code movie as well. This is something I'm expecting to be quite a depressing movie about sexual assault and being pre-code. I'm not expecting it to be as graphic as a more modern movie would be, but I'm expecting it to be quite emotional, like older movies tend to be. Really looking forward to watching this, because I think it's going to be good, but we'll see. So this is all of the movies I've purchased from Criterion this sale. There's a lot, and I have a lot of watching to do. That also means that videos will be back soon-ish. The videos didn't go away because I wasn't watching movies. I just don't have time to make them at the moment. They went away because I had a sore mouth. I have to get some teeth removed. Not important. Videos will be back shortly. Starting with this one, I have like 3 recorded, and we'll be recording some of the ones I've already watched, and getting back into the loop. I'm hoping by like late July, early August, there'll be a more consistent flow coming again. Again, I was in pain. I couldn't talk enough to make a video. Even now, it kind of hurts, and it's really hard to make this video, but I'm doing my best. Talking this much is hurting my mouth quite a bit. Hopefully once I have my surgery done, that'll go away and I'll be fine. But for right now, it's a little hard to talk for this long. Anyway, thanks for watching. We will be back shortly with some more videos. Bye.